Hey everyone! Today we're looking at the Balance phone, a minimalist smartphone from Barcelona-based founders Carlos Fontclara and Albert Beltran that's creating quite a bit of buzz in the digital wellness space. This isn't your typical phone review, because this isn't a typical phone. What is it? The Balance phone is essentially a Samsung device, either the A16 for the base model at €279 or the S25 for the Pro version at €689, running a custom operating system called Balance OS. And here's where things get interesting. This OS permanently blocks social media, streaming platforms, games, gambling sites, and pornography. You can't uninstall it. You can't bypass these restrictions. It's intentionally boring in a good way, as the founders describe it. The base model features a 6.7-inch screen, 128GB storage, 4GB RAM, a 5,000 megapixel main camera, and a 5,000 mAh battery. The Pro variant has similar specs, but with upgraded Samsung S25 hardware. According to Wallpaper Magazine's recent review, Balance phone users have reported dramatic changes. People are dropping from over 5 hours of daily screen time to an average of just 1.5 hours. That's essentially reclaiming 3 hours per day. The company claims average usage is just 1 hour and 17 minutes daily. The idea actually came from the founders' own experience. At age 23, they tried deleting addictive apps, but kept reinstalling them. They realized willpower wasn't enough, so their solution was permanent restriction. The good news is you still keep all the essential apps, things like WhatsApp, banking apps, Maps, Spotify, email, and calendars. Basically anything on the Play Store that's not tagged as social, games, streaming, entertainment, or gambling. The UI is deliberately minimalist and calm, designed to reduce compulsive checking, and users consistently praise the mental clarity and improved focus. One blog reviewer even highlighted exceptional customer support, with founder Albert responding within hours to feedback. But there are some real concerns here. Hardware quality, for example. One detailed user review reported the screen shattering from a small cable fall. That's a stark contrast to most flagship phones. The same reviewer also complained about Samsung bloatware cluttering the otherwise minimalist experience. They wished for a cleaner app drawer with only essential apps. And finally, the software is irreversible. Once it's installed, there's no going back to a regular phone without factory reset limitations. Compared to the light phone, which uses an e-ink display and extreme minimalism, the Balance phone still keeps smartphone functionality. And compared to parental control apps like Pinwheel or monitoring solutions like Bark, Balance phone works at the system level. There are no settings to tweak, no controls to bypass. So it sits in an interesting middle ground between dumb phones, which can be too limited, and regular smartphones, which can be too distracting. And if you already own a Samsung phone, you don't necessarily need new hardware. You can purchase just the Balance OS subscription for $99 per year. Originally, this device was marketed very broadly, but over time it's found a clear core audience. Parents of kids aged 9 to 16. The company reports this demographic represents most current users. It's also gaining traction among digital minimalists and adults trying to use technology more intentionally. At the end of the day, the Balance phone succeeds at its core mission. It forces behavioral change through design. If you're serious about breaking phone addiction, and you're willing to accept some hardware compromises, this might actually work. But understand the trade-off. You're exchanging flagship quality for mental clarity. So the real question becomes, what matters more, the latest tech or reclaiming your attention? At €279, the base model feels like a reasonable experiment. But at €689 for the Pro, you're paying flagship prices for mid-range hardware with restrictions. in the end, your priorities will decide whether that trade-off makes sense.